Welcome all. Today's top breaking news with Gitanjali from Bayan Times. Andhra officials questioned for not filing counter on time. The Andhra Pradesh High Court on Tuesday found fault with the Chief Secretary and Secretary Andhra Pradesh Legislature for not filing a counter in the petition filed seeking direction from the court to the Secretary Andhra Pradesh Legislature for notifying the resolution passed in the Legislative Council for sending two bills, the Decentralization Bill and the Andhra Pradesh Capital Region Development Authority CRDA Repeal Bill, to the selected committee. Considering the petition filed by the TDP MLC G. Deepak Reddy, Justice B. Devanand observed that not filing a counter even after 4 weeks of time given to them should be considered as negligence. He found fault with the arguments of M. Chandrasekhar Rao, Counsel for Secretary, Andhra Pradesh Legislature, that counter could not be filed in a hurry in such petitions as they involve public interest. How should delay in filing counters to petitions involving public interest be seen? The judge questioned. Counsel for U. Muralidhar Rao argued that it seems a counter will only be filed if the court issues an interim order. At that time, Advocate S. Vivek Chandrasekhar said that objecting to the Council's resolution, MLC P. Raghu Verma has filed a writ petition and sought to know what would happen to if an interim order is passed in Deepak Reddy's petition. Highest single day spike in Vizag district as district breaches 500 mark in COVID-19 tally. Vizag breached 500 mark in COVID-19 tally on Tuesday. The district recorded yet another highest single day spike of 46 cases, taking the total corona count to 530. A total of 122 cases were reported in the last 3 days. The district reached 200, 300, 400 and 500 mark in June after lifting of lockdown 4.0. 9 new containment clusters were added, taking the total to 109, including 27 dormant clusters. One more corona death was also reported in the district on Tuesday. A 63-year-old man from Srikakulam died while undergoing treatment at COVID-19 hospital. Of the total 530, 303 are active cases and 223 people were discharged from hospitals after their recovery. 4 persons died due to COVID-19 so far. Apughar and Jalaripeta continue to be hotspots for corona. 6 new cases were reported from Apughar, while Jalaripeta Fisherman Colony accounted for 16 cases. Gajuvaka Zonal Commissioner Sridhar said a couple from Rajasthan tested positive. There are 17 containment zones now. "100% house sites distribution on July 8, a must," officials told. Chief Minister Y.S. Jagannath Reddy has made it clear that he wants 100% distribution, that is 29 lakh house sites, on July 8 as promised, and that excuses of 80% to 90% are ready for distribution are not acceptable. "I will visit the villages once COVID-19 ebbs. I don't want any complaints," Jagan said. Addressing a video conference with the district collectors on Tuesday as part of the Spandana program, the CM reviewed a host of issues. He asked the district collectors to make arrangements for 100% house sites patas distribution in a transparent and unbiased manner, stating that house sites distribution is a major program taken up by the state government. He wanted the district collectors to be ready for house sites distribution in a satisfactory manner. "Let there be no doubt if some eligible beneficiaries are found to be denied house sites without proper reason, the officials will be held responsible," the CM warned. Officials were directed to provide house site patas for every eligible beneficiary without any political bias if he or she is found eligible. He said pension cards should be issued within 10 days of receiving applications, ration cards in 10 days, Arogyasri cards in 20 days, and house site patas in 90 days through village secretariats. Preparing the delivery mechanism is the responsibility of the collectors, he said. Andhra Pradesh to get 16 new medical colleges. The state government is seriously contemplating establishing teaching hospitals in each of the 25 preliminary constituencies as they will made districts in due course. Disclosing this during a video conference with the district collectors and senior officials on Tuesday, Chief Minister Y.S. Jagannath Reddy said 16 new medical colleges will be established in the state in addition to the existing 11. A medical college will be set up in Adoni in addition to the existing one in Kurnool. The collectors were asked to identify and take possession of 50 acres of land for the proposed medical colleges and hand it over to the department concerned. They were also asked to complete distribution of 22 lakh QR health cards at the earliest. Full June's pay for Telangana government staffers, says K. Chandrasekhar Rao. In a relief for around 4 lakh government employees and pensioners, Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao on Tuesday announced that full salary will be paid to them for June, payable in July. Sources, however, stated that the decision on paying full salaries and pensions for subsequent months will be taken later. The COVID-19 pandemic and subsequent lockdown has put a dent on the state's revenues, forcing it to pay its employees and pensioners only 50% of their salaries and annuity for the last 3 months. The CM said that as the state's economy is getting better to some extent, the salaries of government employees and annuity of pensioners will be paid in full for this month. Telangana HC directs government to file report on shelter homes. A division bench of Telangana High Court on Tuesday directed the state government to file a detailed report regarding the facilities provided at the shelters which have been providing accommodation to the homeless, including migrant workers, orphans, beggars, children, and elderly persons during the lockdown. It also sought details regarding the old age homes functioning in the state. The bench of Chief Justice Raghvendra Singh Chauhan and Justice B. Vijay Sen Reddy passed this order in 2 PILs, which are taken up based on a letters addressed to the Chief Justice by Advocate S. Nanda and Professor P. L. Vishweswara Rao, Vice President of Telangana Jana Samiti, highlighting the sufferings of those living in the shelter homes during the lockdown period. During the course of hearing, Professor Rao urged the court to direct the authorities concerned not to stop the non-governmental organizations (NGOs) from helping the people housed in various shelters. As per the Senior Citizens Act, each district should have one old age home. However, there are only 2 such homes in the state, he added. Ten more COVID-19 deaths in Andhra Pradesh as cases shoot past 10,000. Andhra Pradesh COVID-19 tally has crossed the 10,000 mark with 497 fresh cases in the past 24 hours. Of this, 448 are people from within the state, 37 from other states, and 12 foreign returnees. The total number of COVID-19 cases now stands at 10,331. The highest number of deaths on a single day was recorded on Wednesday, with 10 people succumbing to the virus, taking the toll to 129. A record number of 36,047 samples were tested in 24 hours from Tuesday 9 am to Wednesday 9 am, the media bulletin released by the State Command Control Room said. The total number of samples tested in the state crossed the 7.50 lakh mark. Anandpur district recorded the highest number of cases in the state with 90 as its tally crossed the 1000 mark. The total number of cases in Anandpur district now stands at 1028. Apart from Anandpur district, Kurnool 1438 and Krishna 1132 are 2 other districts where COVID-19 cases have breached the 1000 mark. Telangana growth at 8.2%, says KT Rama Rao. The state achieved an 8.2% year-on-year growth in gross domestic product (GSDP) at constant prices 2011-2012 and 12.6% at current prices, said IT and Industries Minister KT Rama Rao while releasing the Industries Department's annual report. The figures paint a favorable picture for the state when compared to the national average of 5% year-on-year growth at constant prices and 7.5% at current prices. Rama Rao said that Telangana's share of the national GDP has increased to 4.76% in 2019-2020 FY from 4.55% in the previous year. Telangana's per capita income was Rs 2.28 lakh compared to the national average of Rs 1.34 lakh per capita. The state's share in the country's exports has also increased from 10.6% to 11.5%, he said. The state's IT department, which also looks after the pharmaceutical sector, strengthened its position by consolidating its stake in national pharma products by 35%. The annual report said. The report added that there are 800 pharma-related companies in the state whose valuations stand at $50 billion. Highest spike in Telangana, 879 new corona cases. New highest spike in Telangana state, 879 corona cases have been recorded in the last 24 hours. Of the 3006 samples tested on Tuesday, 879 turned out to be positive. The chunk of these cases were from GHMC, where it recorded 652 cases, followed by Mechal with 112 cases and 62 cases in Rangareddy district. The COVID test results have sent the shivers down the spine of the health and medical officials in the state. With this, the total count of corona cases in Telangana state has crossed 9,000 mark and thus touched 9,553. In the last 24 hours, 3 deaths were reported in the state due to COVID-19. The death toll has increased to 220. Interestingly, 219 people have been recovered in the last 24 hours and they were discharged. Of the 9,553 total cases, 4,224 have been recovered. So, the COVID active cases in the state stood at 5,109. Telangana raises another loan of Rs 2,000 crore. The state government raised another Rs 2,000 crore state development loan SDL on Tuesday with a tenure of 10 years at an interest rate of 6.6%. According to RBI, as many as 5 states have raised Rs 7,350 crore loan on Tuesday. With a fresh loan of Rs 2,000 crore, the total loan raised by Telangana government in the first quarter of this financial year is Rs 12,461.2 crore. The state government raised Rs 4,000 crore in April, Rs 4,000 crore in May, and Rs 4,461.2 crore in June. As the revenue collections has gone down drastically due to the lockdown, the state government is mostly depending on loans to meet its expenditure. Though government is continuing its flagship schemes such as Raitu Bandhu, it is paying only half salary to employees. With this, we conclude with our today's news headlines. For more such latest news and updates, like, share and subscribe Bayan Times.